Hey folks, this is Todd Gentry with Gary Crossley Ford. Just wanted to bring to you another quick video, a little bit about the car business. Last time it was about folks with challenged credit that kind of had some, some downfalls in the past. But today what I wanted to share with you is more about salespeople and what you run into when you're a consumer, buying a product, not only a car, but and that one thing that's always bothered me about the car business is desperation. So when a salesperson is selling out of desperation, they're doing no one any favors, themselves or the consumer. And I think that desperation, sales guys or sales girls selling out of desperation, is what has caused most consumers to have a wrong perspective of what a salesperson's all about. And it's unfortunate, but like they say, take one bad apple to ruin a batch. But selling out of desperation, usually that salesperson is, really wanting some money. They really want to sell a bunch of cars so they can get the next promotion. They're trying to make the absolute most gross profit on one customer, so that way they can, do whatever for the rest of the month after they've sold you a car, and take 3-hour lunches and not really give it their all. And that's all wrong, I don't agree with it one bit. We don't want our sales guys to do that. If we catch them, we try to coach them into a position to where they're not selling out of desperation, and coach them through those problems. But in my opinion, that's what has given salespeople and car salesmen a bad name, as sleazy or whatever it might be. But at Gary Crossley Ford, I can assure you, when you come, you're not going to run into a salesperson selling out of desperation, because it doesn't work. Selling out of desperation is, it's about the price, about the gross profit. It's about moving a car. They don't care what the customer thinks. The only thing that we're desperate for at Gary Crossley Ford is we're desperate to find out more about the customer. The customer, obviously, online is really enhanced your experience for purchasing a vehicle, because when you know what you want, half the time you know more about the vehicle than the salesperson does, because the vehicle the salesperson has 20 or 30 different models to learn about, and you're just focused on that one, maybe two cars. So you've done your research, you know about the car, you're going to be able to answer questions for yourself that sometimes the salesperson doesn't know and has to go find the answer to, which I think is okay. But when you come into Gary Crossley Ford, we are desperate. And here's what we're desperate to find out. We're desperate to find out more about you. We want to find out more about your family. We really want to find out why you're buying that car. That's important to us, because sometimes you hop online, maybe you have, let's say, an F-150 just set. That's in your mind. That's what you want. That's what you got to have. Your trailer weighs 4,000 pounds that you're going to be pulling every once in a while, your boat or whatever it is. And you come in the dealership and you're like, hey, I'm here to buy this F-150. I saw online you're one of the cheapest ones. It's really cool. I like the color of it, the interior options. Everything's perfect. This is the car I want, okay? Obviously, we're going to show you that car. That's what you came in to look at, or that truck, that F-150. So you come in, you look at the truck, and you're like, okay, well, why am I getting all these questions? Why do you want to know what are my must-haves? Why do you want to know what I'd like to have? Why do you want to know what I love about my trade? Why do you want to know what I hate about my trade? Why do you want to know all of this different information? Well, it's not so we can just sit there and waste a bunch of time, but it's for the fact that we want to make sure that you buy a car that's going to work for you. Because since we do this every day, and a lot of consumers don't do it every day, they do it once every year, maybe every 3 years. Pretty much the stats show that most people do it every 3 years. They buy a new vehicle. We do it every day. And not only do we do it every day, but we do it multiple times every day. So we've done it, we know it. And we're, quite honestly, not to brag, but we're really, really good at it. Obviously, we do miss stuff here and there, but we're human, So the thing about it is, you come in, you're looking for that F-150. We start asking you some questions, and we realize, hey, you know what? That F-150 is not going to work for you. If you're pulling that camper, let's say you're pulling a camper that's 8,500 pounds. Okay, this F-150 is rated to tow 8,500 pounds, right? But you travel to Colorado a lot up in the mountains. I can recall 3 or 4 years ago, I sold some folks a gas Super Duty, and I told them when they bought it, I was like, look, I get it, this is your money. The diesel option's around $9,000, but this gas motor, you're not going to be happy with it when you're going out to Colorado. They like to take their toy hauler out there and ride Harleys. They said, no, this is going to be fine. My company truck is a 6.2 liter. You know, it pulls our skid loader around great and everything else. Well, they weren't taking any long trips. So I said, hey, you know what? That's absolutely fine. I definitely don't want to skew your decision, but I don't think you'll be happy with it. 6-8 months later, they actually came back into the store, and they told me, they said, look, Todd, you were right. You know, and we didn't listen to you. I'd never met the people, so they weren't friends of mine. They didn't know who I was, so their perception of me was who knows what. But what they did know after they left the dealership, and 6 months down the road after they'd pulled that trailer a few times, they did know that I was an honest person, and I was just trying to be real with them. But I never sold out of desperation. No matter if I was going to have trouble making a house payment that month, a car payment that month, or whatever it might have been, I never sold out of desperation for the money. I sold out of desperation to get to know the customer, so that way that customer would come back in 3 years and purchase their next vehicle from me. I was desperate to get to know more about them, about their friends. I was desperate to show them what kind of person I really was. You know, I was the person that was going to answer the phone at 9:30 at night as they're sitting in the garage hanging out with their friends, and they had a question about an F-150. You know, I want to be that guy, and that's what we coach all of the folks at Gary Crossley Ford to do, and in my opinion, we do a really, really good job of it. So that's really all I had. Just think about that next time you go to buy a car. You know, if you run into that sales guy that's, you know, seems super sleazy and he's, you know, just trying to push this car on you and he didn't even come in on that car, there's a good chance he's selling out of desperation. He or she, you know, might not care about what's in your best interest, or what you really, really came to the dealership to accomplish. It never works out. Sometimes folks end up going ahead and buying a car from that salesperson because it was the cheapest one in a 3-state area or whatever it might be. But just something to think about. At Gary Crossley Ford, yes, we're desperate, but we're desperate for the right reasons. We want to find out more about you. We want to find out more about your family. We want to make sure that whatever you are purchasing from us is the right thing. And most importantly, we want you to come back. We want you to come back for service. We want you to come back and buy your next car. We want you to tell your mother, your brother, your father, your sister, your cousin. We want you to tell everybody about us, because we want to be your people in the car business that are going to help you find the right vehicle every single time you come in to purchase one from us. We want you to feel like family. So that's all I had for you today. I really appreciate your time. You have a great day. Again, Todd Gentry, Gary Crossley Ford. Go like my page. It's Todd Gentry with Gary Crossley Ford. Follow me. Try to post some videos, you know, once or twice a week. Nothing crazy. I'm not here to push a bunch of sales on you. I just try to educate people and show people what myself and the dealership are all about. And I think that if you give us a shot, you'll find out that we're out for the right reasons. So thanks again. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.